Greetings, Band Warriors. Greetings. I hope you're having a beautiful day of life. Welcome to the Results Kill Excuses channel. My name is Greg. I am so grateful to be here today doing life, and I wanted to share some thoughts with you. And I'm just in total bliss. I'm listening to a long overdue rain on the outside. I don't know if you could quite hear it, but it really makes my heart happy, right? Coming to you from northern New Mexico is so dry, and I just love being outside. Nature just fuels me. Nature reinvigorates me. It gives me life. It's where I feel most alive. And, you know, I post a lot of content about my resistance training, getting in the gym, putting in the work. And the whole entire message that I am trying to express to the world at large is that you want to be as well rounded as possible in this day and age, in any time in life. You want to be as well rounded as possible. And as I've been marching down towards my 12-year sobriety anniversary from alcohol, coming up next month, July 22nd, depending on when you're seeing this, 2024, that journey has been a spiritual journey. It's been a spiritual awakening. It's been a healing journey. And, I always talk about aligning the four key aspects of what makes us who we are, right? It's our mental health, it's our emotional health, it's our spiritual health, and our physical health. And a lot of times we put focus on one area over the other. I know plenty of people that are physically stout, just their physique is incredible, but they haven't done the internal work. They're using that as a means of therapy, as a means of therapeutic release from anger and frustration, broken heart, all kinds of like just hurt through life. A lot of people will use the gym as that level of therapy, and yet they're still emotionally fragile. And I've been through that too. When I was, in my 30s, just starting to get the traction of my sobriety going. Like, I started hitting the gym and I was angry and I was pissed off, and I was just starting to get some therapy, but I was using the gym for what it's good for, right? It is a method of therapy. I would highly recommend it. I mean, you're better off to be in the gym than to not be in the gym, and that's the truth there. But the journey that has been the most effective for me, for truly improving my life, and that's what I want to share with you guys today. Well, there's a lot of things I would love to share with you today, because I've been doing some research, and in the past, I often talk about, I had to hit rock bottom for me to literally pick myself back up, dust myself off, and start changing my direction. But I know that before I hit that rock bottom, I was disgusted with myself. I was not happy. I was broken mentally and emotionally on the inside. And at least that was the story I was telling myself. And yet, you know, it wasn't until this 12-year journey that I've kind of pulled all the pieces together, where it was like I had to start taking off the masks. And when I say the masks, it's like, there was the drunk version of me, there was the high version of me, there was the, shallow, fake working version of me, and just all these different versions of me that were not my true and authentic self. And yet it took me, right, eliminating the alcohol, saying it's time to accept my life in totality, and then I also need to get some help. And so through that journey, what I realized is that, there are those four aspects, right? There's the mental health, the emotional health, the spiritual health, and the physical health. And what I've been studying lately is because, I know that I can come across as like, man, just get in the gym and it's just gonna be so easy. No, it's not. It's actually really hard, especially if you're someone that is in that state that I was in, which is I felt disgusted with myself. I was totally abusing myself, right? I was neglecting my health, my wellness. And it was crazy. Like I was starting to take all kinds of like medications and pills and I thought I was going to die in my sleep. I was so unhealthy. I was carrying around so much weight. I literally thought I was going to die in my sleep in my mid 30s. Like I thought this is it, man. Like I'm on my last leg. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. It was just I had written that story to myself because I needed to be a victim because of something that had happened years prior to me even hitting the rock bottom is, I got out of the military and I started a promotional products company. And this was, back in like 2002. And then after about 6 years, we had the big Great Recession, and I was in Southern California, and man, my business went under. I mean, everything collapsed in '08 and '09. If you can remember those times, like where I was living the dream. I had investment properties, I had a large, growing real estate portfolio, I had my business that was rocking and rolling, and then poof, right? And it wasn't because I got lazy, it wasn't because I was doing drugs and being irresponsible. And man, that felt like such a loss because I was just starting a family at the same time. And yet that pain of having to close up shop, pack up my family and move back here to my home state because, it was so dire and desperate in Southern California where we were in 2008 and 2009 that we had to start life all over. And man, I was just defeated. And I carried that anger, right, around with me for a long time. I think I actually just healed it this past weekend, this bitterness, this internal bitterness. And so, what I know about the journey of life is that there's a lot of you out there that you're not taking care of yourself. Like you are mentally and emotionally exhausted. And yet, society has literally reduced the standard of what's healthy, what's good, right? And we have all these conveniences of fast food, and, you know, it just becomes where we feel that we don't have time for anything. So we go to it. And yet, if you've ever kind of looked at like how casinos are, right? There's a lot of like, I think it's been proven nowadays, but I remember there's like speculation about like casinos, the way they're designed and the way and some of the things that they put in the air. It's to, the design is to keep you in like a maze and keep you lost in the casino floor. And, some of the stuff that they put in the air is to keep you gambling and losing track of time. And to think that there is like these psychological trickeries that happen, and yet we even know, and this leads me to what I'm saying right now, is that if you're not feeling motivated, if you're like if you're overweight, you're out of shape, you're not motivated, you don't have a lot of inspiration, you're just like literally checked out, right? You're just completely defeated, like checked out. In the past, like hitting rock bottom and being disgusted usually would like spur something. But nowadays it feels like people just, it's like, how low can you go? And yet there's still not really like this urge and this desire to actually change directions and put in the work. And I'm here to tell you that, man, if you are consuming junk food, fast food, right, on any kind of regular basis, like that food, actually, there are studies. I just finished reading a study conducted by UCLA that showed that literal consumption of fast food on a regular basis, it literally robs you of your motivation. It is literally designed to not only make you obese, right? There's all kinds of processed chemicals and the sugars and the complex carbohydrates in there that are going to decrease your overall health and wellness, but it also is going to rob you of your intrinsic motivation, your desire to do more, to be more, to get up and go. And so you're literally poisoning yourself. Your food is stealing you of your motivation. So if you're eating fast food, like if there's something that you want to change in life, like stop eating fast food now. And it's like, I know I kind of take time to tell stories to get to that point, but at the end of the day, like, you need to stop eating the fast food. Like, if you're still eating fast food in 2024, like, you literally know that it's poisoning you. You know that it's like making you less healthy, and you're doing it, right, because you're probably lacking genuine pleasure in other areas of your life, satisfaction in other areas of your life, that it's just like a drug. You're going back to it to like to get the endorphin rush, right? And that's all it's for. It absolute fast food absolutely serves zero nutritional purpose in terms of like truly replenishing your body, right? And giving you what you need in terms of minerals and vitamins, right? It does not serve any purpose. It is literally dead calories that is robbing you of your motivation. And that's a terrible thing because, man, like, people are so oblivious to this. You're acting as if it's all good, and it's not. It's not good. And I think that's gonna be a big part of, the project that I've been working on behind the scenes is really wanting to, I'm developing the Results Kill Excuses Personal Development Academy, which is really gonna be focused on helping to guide you towards a personal DIY approach to growth and healing and expanding into the highest version of yourself, addressing the mental, emotional, spiritual, and the physical health and wellness. And obviously, nutrition needs to be one of those areas where I think a lot of people, we're creatures of habit. You were taught how to eat unhealthy and how to cook unhealthy, and yet so that's your mold. That's the mold that you've been cast into. You're not breaking the tradition, right? Those are your traditional foods. Those are the foods you grew up with, so that's what you need to continue eating even though you feel like shit. And it's not until you are ready, sick and tired of being sick and tired, or disgusted with being disgusted, that you are going to actually want to make the change, because all the excuses that you have based on how you feel, what health issues you have, uh, you know, your sense of being old, right? And anything else, don't have enough time, just all excuses, all lies. But those are the things that are limiting beliefs. Those are your beliefs. They are limiting you to what is truly possible, because I am someone that has literally proven to myself with consistent, committed effort, dark nights of the soul, through 12 years of just constantly putting in the work little by little every single day, that I have literally turned back the hands of time. I have become my fullest optimal. I am the most powerful, the most focused, the most intelligent, the greatest version of myself right here, right now. And if I am given tomorrow, if I am given next week, the plan and the system that I have put in place is going to continue to set me up for those successes. But I have to actually do the work every day. Yesterday would be a primary example. Yesterday was a Sunday, and for a lot of people, we work for the weekend. And so a Sunday is kind of a kickback day. And I've been putting in a lot of time in the gym. And, I've been investing a lot of time in other areas of my life as well. And every part of me was wanting to give myself a pass to say, dude, just take off the day. But the thing is that I think it's Jocko that always says, man, like if you think you need a day off, like don't take the day off. If you just think it, right? If you're feeling like you need a day off, don't do it. Wait one more day. Put in the work, wait one more day. Go one more day. And it is good to have some diversity in your training. But the fact of the matter is that it's our responsibility to take our health and wellness serious and to quit allowing for our limiting beliefs to be what dictates the condition of our life. Like you need to stop, hit time out, sit back, and actually start to evaluate what beliefs do you have. And I'm talking general beliefs. What do you believe about love? What do you believe about success? What do you believe about relationships? What do you believe about failure? What do you believe about aging? What do you believe about health? What do you believe about nutrition? Like, what do you believe about fast food? It's yummy. Like, it's literally like, why are we okay with giving ourselves a pass to literally poison ourselves? Like, when did that become okay? Like, ever since I was a kid, I remember the dude that came out with the movie, the documentary Super Size Me, where he literally ate fast food for like a month. And it was disgusting, the transformation that he went through. And I think like it took him forever to get his health back. And yet we all know this, but we do it even with, not even just with food, we do it with alcohol. Alcohol is a poison. Ethanol is a poison. Like, you won't change my mind. At any level, it's poisoning yourself. And yet we still seem to be okay with that. It's wild what we are willing to accept. And it has to be just because we are so mentally and emotionally defeated right now. And I guarantee you that the powers that be have have literally tried to orchestrate that from a mass population of society to be mentally and emotionally defeated and dependent upon them. You saw it during the pandemic, right? How many people just literally went and did what they did, what the government said to do, gave up their liberties, followed in line, and yet where all of this is unraveling now in retrospect. And it's like, y'all are that defeated mentally and emotionally. And I'm here to encourage you, right? As I have challenged you now, I'm here to encourage you that no matter where you're at, no matter how bad you think it is, I'm here to show you that it's possible. No matter what you are telling yourself, I can't do it, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I am here to show you that it is possible. And I'm asking for you to subscribe to the channel, to stay tuned, know that there are big things on the way. I'm building the app, I am recording content, free content, right, to help you heal, grow, and expand into the best version of you, to move past being someone that lives in excuse land and to start living in the victory circle, the winner's circle, stacking daily wins every single day so that you can truly feel your best and be your best and live your best life. Right? And that stuff starts right here, right now, like the Transformational F Journal, 12-week self mastery program. I'm not ready to release it just yet, but trust me, I am putting in so much work in developing all the content so that I'm not just here tooting my horn, trying to inspire you, trying to encourage you, right? Trying to like light a fire under you, but also to challenge you to take on the challenge that is your life right now, and to say that you make the decision right here, right now, to be better, to do better, and to actually know that you are worthy of more. But it takes these micro decisions to say, you know what, he's right. I am killing myself by eating fast food. I am like, that's extra money. You're wasting money too. If people are so financially strapped right now, how are you affording fast food? Like, it ain't like the grocery store is super affordable, but I can almost guarantee you that, well, I don't know. Actually, I better stop because I do actually feel like the fast food is probably maybe going a little farther than the grocery meals. I do meal prepping and groceries, and yeah, the cost has skyrocketed, but I'm still sticking to it, like, because my nutrition is what keeps me optimal, right? The nutrition is what keeps me optimal. It's fuel. I don't eat for pleasure. I've had it all. I've had the best steaks. I've had the best seafood. I've had the best delicacies that are on this planet. I've had it all. How much more do I need? None. I don't need any more. I want to feel my best. I don't want to take a picture of a meal and post it so that everybody thinks that somehow I'm living my best life by stuffing my face. Like, that's not what food is about for me. So we need to even we need to release our old definitions that somehow food is showing that you're living your best life by what you're eating. Like, it's food is fuel. And so if you think eating a big ass meal that, especially at restaurants, it's just, it may be the finest steak, but if it's totally covered in butter and everything is with butter and oil and all of these other ingredients that are not healthy for you, right? Then is it truly healthy? No, it's not a nutritious meal. It's a very calorie dense meal, but that's not going to leave you feeling like, yes, man, I'm living my best life. I feel the best. Your health is your wealth, right? When you walk into a room, your physique is telling every single person who you are. Like, that's the truth. And if you're someone that is overweight, right, unkept, you're telling people who you are, that you lack discipline, that you lack focus, that you're not really willing to put in the hard work. And I'm telling you, if you're eating the fast food, it is robbing you of motivation. And when you're sitting there saying, man, I just can't figure it out. I can't pull the lever to get it in gear and to actually start doing some of the positive, healthy habits that are going to start turning your life in a different direction, you got to let these things go, right? Alcohol is another one, right? Alcohol and fitness don't go hand in hand. So if you're trying to get in shape, but you still think drinking on the weekend is okay, it's not. It's not. One step forward, five steps back. And so my heart goes out to you if you're caught in that rut, but I'm also here to show you the way through it. This is my purpose. This is my calling. That's why I speak with so much passion. And I'm so grateful to have you here. I hope that you feel inspired to share this message. I hope that if this message is resonating with you, comment down below so that other people can see you and we can start to connect and build a community. That's my ultimate vision, is to create a community of BAMF warriors all over this planet, right? People that are like, no more excuses and are truly going to align with their highest version of who they are for the greatest good of humanity, knowing that if you turn your life around, you are now a testament to everyone around you. Like that impacts people. I had someone message me last night, a 61-year-old guy, just saying, like, man, like you're super motivating. Like this motivated me. You're motivating me to get off my ass. Thank you, man. Your message is eliminating my excuses. It's telling me I don't got the excuses that I think. And I don't even feel old, but I just haven't had that fire under me. So thank you. And yet my response to him is like, hey, I appreciate you taking the time to share your how my message landed with you. But just think about it. If you start to turn around your life and put in that action and go through your own personal transformation, you're going to now inspire other people. And it's the ripple effect. And that is my goal. My goal is to be the best version of me every single day, show up, right, as the best version of me. And that means I got to put in work today. I cannot live off of what happened yesterday. I got to continue to put in the work, even when I don't feel like it. They say, don't give up if you're tired. Learn how to take a rest. But some of y'all been taking a rest for far too long. Some of y'all been resting for years. Some of y'all have literally just put yourself into isolation on the shelf and said, you know what? Let's call it a life. And that's no way to live. That's not living. This experience called life should come with you embracing challenges each and every day. That is what is going to stretch you to grow. And whether you want to grow spiritually, you're going to be challenged. If you want to grow physically, you're going to be challenged. If you want to grow emotionally and get past your feelings, you're going to be challenged. It's the test. That's how you know, that's how you prove to yourself that you're able, that you're worthy of it, and that you're actually seeing progress for your efforts over a consistent extended period of time, being consistent over extended period of time, little bit at a time. Don't look for magic pills. Don't look for the instant gratification. Have a big picture. I was mentoring a young guy the other day, 19, in the gym. He was, giving me a lot of praise, right, for just the intensity and the physique that I have going in there, blown away by when I told him my age. And yet my mentoring back to him is saying, dude, like be in this for the long haul. You're 19, man. Like have the long vision. Look at the guys that are even older than me, man, the gray hair guys. Go talk to them. Say, hey, why are you still here? You're old. You're like 80. And it's like having that long vision of saying, man, like we should be putting in work for the rest of our lives. Right? Most of us, you didn't even have to put in work when you were a teenager and in your 20s. Most of us just like we were already pretty sexy, pretty lean in our early age. So you didn't even put in work. And then you lose it, you lose that youth, which is really just kind of organic. And then it's like you don't know what to do now. And I'm telling you that you got to find outlets to be more physically fit, to have more cardiovascular exercises incorporated to your week on a regular basis. And then on top of that, it's the nutrition. I fought against the nutrition. I had a nutritionist from the VA. She was trying to tell me the 80-20 rule, that it's literally 80% nutrition, 20% fitness. So most of y'all could actually get healthier if you just monitored your input, right? The food. You don't even got to do the gym. You don't even got to do the exercise if you really just regulate your food. Because if you're not really working a strenuous, heavy duty job, like chances are you probably only need like 1,200 calories a day. But most Americans, I think, are probably eating like 3,000 to 4,000, which is like double the daily fucking limits. It's crazy. And then you're wondering why you feel so low energy, right? Low motivation. And you're literally just living life, silently suffering, accepting that is, and when someone says, "Hey, how you doing?" "I'm good." Living the dream. You ever heard anybody say that? Man, living the dream. Another day in paradise. Isn't that like the biggest bullshit you've ever heard? I'm like, if you want to call this that, be my guest, man. But it's all bullshit when people say that. Right? It's all a front. That's not what's really going on inside. You could almost say that the people that say that are probably hurting the most. It's not genuine. And I'm all about being authentic, being the truest version of me. And that's who's showing up today. And so whether I get on here and talk for 5 minutes, talk for 30 minutes, or talk for an hour, right? I'm sending a message out to this world that is coming from my heart, from my experiences, from everything that I have been through and everything that I have overcome, because I want to see you do the same in your life. Because I know that if I can do it, you can do it. And that means anyone can do it. We're all capable of doing it. And that's the message. You know the drill. Results, kill, excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.